Okay, look, whether you're in sales or not, you need to know the first and most basic rule in selling, because it really is a life skill.
Now in this video, we're going to discuss one of the most important rules that'll guide you to a straightforward and convincing close.
So today's not so secret will help inject magic into your sales just like this.
And the good thing is that it's super easy to implement, and more importantly, it'll lead you to great results. And we're going to let you in on it. Coming up. What's going on, guys, and welcome to the Frank and Gordon Show, where we help people reach their goals and sales targets as quickly and as easily as possible.
Now on this channel we share tips, tools and strategies on sales and goals, like we're about to do in this video. So if you're new here, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and don't forget to follow us on social media.
Now the sponsor for this video is Alliance Real Estate, which is a newly formed real estate brand in Malta.
And it's good to mention, Gordon, that Alliance Real Estate is built on an existent network of strategically located offices around the island with a wealth of knowledge and professional experience.
So if you guys are looking to buy and sell property in Malta, these guys are your go-to people. Now let's jump into the video.
So, the first, the most basic, the most important rule in sales is to be agreeable. It's that simple, and we're going to explain.
So the point is to be agreeable with the customer's sentiment. In other words, show that you're on the side of the person you're trying to close, always.
If you're disagreeable, there will be disagreement. It's inevitable. Being disagreeable will result in no agreement. You've got to be agreeable to reach an agreement.
Exactly. This is basic stuff. If you disagree with someone, it will be extremely difficult to reach an agreement.
People generally align themselves with those with whom they are in agreement.
Now, if you think about it, your closest friends are always those you agree with. The closer your friends, the greater you agree with each other. This is simple psychology. Isn't that right, Frank?
Definitely. We can dogmatically say that you would never develop close relationships with those whom you disagree with. The people you spend the most time with, those with whom you go on holidays, those with whom you get into activities with, build memories with, are those with whom you agree.
And with this premise in mind, it's easy to understand that people who agree with each other move towards each other like magnets.
Agreeable people are attracted to each other like magnets, while people who disagree with each other simply move away from each other. They repel like water and oil. So if people move away from each other when they disagree, you'd better be agreeable if you want agreement or if you want to close that sale.
So what we're saying here, Frank, is that in sales, it's much easier to persuade others when you're agreeable. In fact, it's crucial. If you don't agree with customers, the customer will end up sticking to their guns and reject your suggestions even out of spite.
If you're disagreeable in a sales situation, you'll bother the customer and they'll probably turn tail. They'll probably walk away. You've always got to see things from the viewpoint of the customer. Because if you don't, the customer will become difficult and no agreement will be reached.
Such a simple rule, and one of the top rules of selling. Always agree so that the other person moves towards you mentally.
As you said, a simple rule, yet also, we believe, one of the most violated rules.
Violated rules.
But what I wanted to mention is that this rule mustn't be confused with the saying that the customer is always right, because the customer isn't always right.
No way.
You guys might know what I mean. The customer isn't always right, although you've got to make them feel like they are.
Spot on, Frank. So whether they're right or wrong, you've got to be agreeable with the customer.
Like minds attract. Like attitudes attract. If I like you, it's because I agree with you. If I agree with you, we're going to reach an agreement. It's only if we don't agree with each other that things will begin to fall apart.
And they will fall apart. When there's not enough agreement between two people, there is no agreement. You get it?
Exactly. Disagreement is why we have conflict. It's why we have war. It's the reason why we see relationships fall apart. It's the reason why people lack customers.
There's got to be agreements. I agree with you. I hear you.
I see what you're saying. I totally understand. I see your point. Do you get what we're saying? If you want to close that sale, you've got to see things from the customer's point of view.
So what we're saying here, Frank, is that you've got to put yourself in the customer's shoes. If you don't, you'll be hardening the customer and they'll dig in their heels and you simply won't get agreement.
So to wrap up today's video, what we're saying is being agreeable puts you on the road to closing more sales and ultimately better results.
That's right. Okay guys, that's a wrap for today. We hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for checking us out. Now remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already and start following us on social media.
Now until next time, remember that the Frank and Gordon Show brings you tips, tools and strategies on how to reach your goals and sales targets as quickly and as easily as possible.
And that's a wrap.